So Sasha Banks asked WWE for this much money, but they said you're only worth this much money. Are they wrong? Let's talk about it after this. What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, your host, Mr. Stephen Ramon. Welcome back to Unscripted Wrestling Media. Welcome back to the show. So, today, we're going to be talking about Miss Sasha Banks and all of the fiasco that involves her. So, we've all seen the reports coming out from Fightful, Wrestling Online, Dave Meltzer, your usual suspects. And there's all been saying one thing, and that's, long story short, Sasha Banks wanted an astronomical amount of money, allegedly, for a female performer. Some people have said that it's been more than that. Some have said that it's being asked to be paid as the same as, Charlotte and Becky. Either which way it go, WWE said, no, we're not paying you that much money. Now, I've heard quite a few interesting takes on this. Quite a few. Everything from WWE doesn't believe in paying their female employees what they're actually worth, all the way down to Sasha Banks was just crazy asking for that much money. Or she deserves that much money. That's the one. So here's why I stand that on it. I cannot fault WWE for their decision to not pay her whatever high amount of money that she was asking for. And here's why. Now hear me out. I understand Sasha Banks is a decorated performer, okay? Competing in the Hell in a Cell Women's Royal Rumble inaugural Women's Tag Team Champion, the Triple Crown Champion. I get it. Female main eventer for WrestleMania. I get it. That's all fine and dandy. Those are all wonderful accolades that she has earned. However, from a company standpoint, the one thing that she has not shown is dependability, okay? And this is why I say that WWE was absolutely right for not paying her the amount of money that she was asking for. On two different occasions now, let's not act like this is not the facts that are being presented. On two different occasions, Sasha Banks has literally taken her ball and went home. Not once, but twice. Now, if I'm a company, you're asking me to give you X amount of money a year. I need to be able to know that you are going to be able to handle every single commitment that comes along with me giving you X amount of money a year. It's the same thing that goes on with the NFL or the NBA. Players that are not dependable do not get big term contracts. They get what's called prove it deals. Essentially, where they get a small amount of money up front. The overall contract may be in the general market of what they think they may be worth. Typically, it's about a third or maybe a half of what their market value in their head is. They get a small portion of money up front. The rest of the contract is backloaded with incentives that they have to hit in order to be able to get all the money on the contract. It's called a prove it deal. Because when you come out and you want to be a part of these teams, you have to prove to the team that you're going to be reliable and dependable, okay? That's on the field, off the field. It's the same thing in the wrestling business. You have to prove that you're going to be reliable and dependable. And Sasha Banks is not proving that. Not in the eyes of WWE. And I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you. Because and ironically enough, both of them have to do with the women's tag team championships. So we saw one article that came out, I believe it was from Wrestling Online or PW Insider. And it says something that sources close to whoever reported the article said that at most Sasha would have a run as a champion or in the tag team division, but not quite to the main event level. I can get behind that, but honestly, I wouldn't even worry about putting her back in the tag team division. If I were in WWE and if I were a member of the creative department, I'm not letting Sasha Banks nowhere near the women's tag team championships. Because if she doesn't get her way with them, quote unquote, she's going to take her ball and run home. You can't book someone that does that. Because being a wrestler, you have to understand that everybody's role and character on screen all plays a bigger role together. So when you're the champion, or when you're in a prominent feud featuring the titles, there could be a long-term story in place that your presence depends on. Even if you may not be currently holding the championship in the story, in the angle, you still have to be there to help further along the angle and help develop all the superstars that are in that angle with you. If you're going to get mad about a creative decision that may have changed on the fly or not, who knows? And you're going to get mad and go home? No, I'm not going to bring you back into the company. I'm not. You know your worth. Go let another company deal with you and your headache. Because some things, and here's just the straight truth, some things are not worth the headache. So WWE literally made a decision and said that the problems and the headaches associated with Sasha Banks are not worth the potential money that she can make us. Let that sink in. So if you have a multi-billion-dollar company at this point that is saying that one individual is more of a headache than what they are worth, in a traditional market, that will weigh very, very heavy on another company. However, and this is one of the bright things about wrestling, we now are in a place where we have competition, which is great. For too long, WWE was the biggest and the only act in town. They got way too complacent, and we saw the decline of their product over the years. Now, just because I'm saying that WWE made the right call with not bringing back Sasha, this is not me being a pro WWE person. I am a wrestling fan in general, okay? Because the same way that I'm backing WWE from a business standpoint from this decision, I also criticized WWE in my video last week about how they chose to do Mandy Rose. But even with that, that brings up a bigger issue just for that situation that goes back to, do wrestlers need to fight to be unionized to break from this independent contractor status? Now, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Sasha Banks is probably going to go, right now she has to deal with New Japan, a big per appearance deal, which is great. I just can't see Sasha going to Impact. If she's really a free agent, which more than likely she is, if she is dead serious about wrestling, I know for a long time she wanted to really go wrestle in Japan. So Sasha may very well stay in Japan, who knows? If she does stay in Japan, don't get me wrong, I will personally be sad because I won't be able to enjoy her matches as frequently as I would if she were still wrestling here in one of the major promotions. And that's just me being honest. Now, just because video may have seemed like a bad Sasha Banks video, it's not. I'm still a huge fan. of her work. What she does in the ring is good. I'm not going to lie to you. However, caveat, although it's good, it is not the best that I've seen. It's among some of the great, but it's definitely not the best. And that's just my fair critique. So I can understand WWE's decision. Can't blame them for it. Because on the flip side of that, not only are you taking a chance on Sasha Banks, taking a ball and walking out, going home, think about the potential hit in the pocket that would have on your revenue if you have her booked to sell out a show here, or booked to perform here, or booked to do this here. And then she's not there. Those are refunds you gotta give out. That hurts your bottom line. All of that stuff. So from a business standpoint, I can't knock WWE. And I understand you got a lot of people that are gonna come out and be, we're pro wrestlers, and I'm probably all kind of nasty words that I'm not going to say on this video because of the stance I just made. Well, you can be pro wrestler, that's fine. I'm pro anybody having a job, as long as you show that you can do what's needed to keep the job. And for WWE and Sasha Banks, she didn't do what she needed to do to keep the job. But that's all I got to say about this. Be sure to sign up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. Straight up. But if you did like it, hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, even if you didn't like it, still hit the subscribe button. Just so when I come out here and I say something that you may not like, come on, feel free, hop down in the comment section, trash me, let me know. Matter of fact, I may have a conversation with you in the comment section. I just might, depending. But any which way it go, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, turn on notifications. Be sure to share this video. And until next time, stay savage, my friend.